and the coming ancestors. Now, for me, that's something to think about, isn't it? Sisakhuluma ngokuzazi sizibongelele futhi siveza ubuthina insalelo enkulu esinayo thina njengama-Afrika ukusebenzisa iziphiwo zethu ekusunguleni amasu okusenza ukuthi sidlondlobale. Remember, we are looking at 2010 and beyond.
Uzixilonga ukuze ube nendlela enonophekileyo nenobuchule yokusombulula ingxaki. Ngowona mcelamngeni esijongene nawo kutshanje.
Africa's gift to give the world that the world needs desperately. This reminder that we are more than the sum of our parts. The reminder that strict individualism is debilitating. The world is going to have to learn the fundamental lesson that we are made for harmony, for interdependence. If we are ever to truly prosper, it will only be together. And that is the heart of sustainable economic and environmental development. Africa is not a dark continent, it's actually a continent of light. But the problem is that what's been projected. And what I'm finding is, what I'm doing here is, it is about the inner, but also the outer. It's letting people know that in South Africa or Africa, what you need to be prosperous, whether it's monetarily, health-wise, is already on the continent. You don't need to look to America, you don't need to look to Europe. Africa in itself is a place that is rich. But when you talk to Africans who live here, many of them don't see that. They only see the lack. So part of the vision is to let people really know what they have and to build upon that, because whatever Africa is going to be, it's going to come from the inside of the people working together, and in particular the youth.
We have launched Innovation Town here in the heart of Johannesburg, but not only located here, it's actually located everywhere in South Africa, which is showcase and find the best innovations in South Africa, in the social sector, in our communities, in technology, in government, even in places like the post office. We're looking for the best innovation we can find, and then we want to showcase that. We want to show the world how brilliant South Africans are, and we're wanting to inspire young people to come up with new ideas to old problems. That's what innovation is about. So even issues like AIDS and crime, South Africans know the solutions. Let's find those solutions. Let's get everybody to hear them, and let's find a way to implement them.
Ukulwisana nobundlobongela obujongene nabafazi nabantwana abaxhatshazwayo yenye yemicelamingeni esijongene nayo.
I think it's very important that we become innovative in that world, because we've been doing so many good things, same things over and over again, and yet we get a result that is less than desirable. In that, you know, we have done prosecutions, we've done patients, we've done a lot of things, but they don't really impact on ensuring that there is no violation of victims in the country. So we have to be innovative. There's a lot of room for that, because we have found through other innovations, for instance, like the Tutuzela centers, that integrating a number of role players to actually do work in the area does help in terms of making the systems more efficient, making them effective, and making them sensitive to the needs of the victims. And certainly in those areas where we have them, we are turning victims into survivors. So that's the primary issue.
Izinxibo zakwantu nezinto ezenziwe ngezandla bezinokuba luncedo ukuze kuphakanyiswe isimo somnotho.
We must get people to be innovative. A country that doesn't innovate will die a pitiful death. So we need to make sure that we encourage children and young persons to be themselves innovative and not only look at the things that have been done before. We must give them the space to think, give them the space to grow, and give them the space to be innovative. Because it's only in new things that we'll find new solutions.
The idea is to develop businesses that actually bring prosperity to communities from an economic standpoint, but focused on helping the community. For example, we have one offshoot that's a separate company now called Street Vest. And they're a group of young men who started a company. And in that particular case, they actually look for business opportunities that will hire what we consider undesirables, like street youth, streetwalkers, whatever, so that they can act an opportunity to change their lives if they want to.
Ubuchule bomculo, imizobo, ifashoni namashishini kufuneka bubonise ubunzulu bobu Afrika.
I would say that this message is very clear for everyone, that everyone has something within them that they can contribute, even from an economic standpoint, their ideas, their innovations that can bring life to communities. But if I was to say a specific audience, it's really the youth. The youth have the energy, they have the passion. They often don't know where to place it and how to focus it. But that's part of someone like myself and others who are older, who are committed to something like this, where we can help. So the key is actually to see a generation of South Africans and Africans over the continent raise up and say, you know what, we want our world to be this.
Ngiyathemba lenselele yokuthi sisungula amasu uyasiqhuquzela ukuthi sazi ukuthi konke kusezandleni zethu. Remember, all we need is to tap into our souls and unleash the genius within. Bakwethu bongake benginiphathele kona kusukela kumina neqembu leImani lisale kahle.
On this special day, there's only one thing you need to say to her.